I've been here 4 months. 4 months now. Because have you seen Hunza? It's beautiful. Like, we're surrounded by the mighty peaks. Like, there's water everywhere that you go. The hospitality over here, the people, you know, they'll barely have enough food for their own families, and they'll invite you into their homes to, you know, come share a meal with them. So that's why Hunza. To others, tourists, I would say keep Hunza clean. Yes, keep Hunza clean. Don't put your trash on the roads. Treat it as our homes, all of us.
I rode my bike from Islamabad, and honestly the traffic in Islamabad and Abbottabad is pretty crazy, but everything north of Balakot, besides Chilas, was really nice. The ride was really, really awesome. I love riding the Karakoram Highway. It's incredible. It is, what's the word? It's very community based. The people live life together. They help each other. Everyone knows each other, and they help each other out. And even to strangers, to foreigners like me, they'll give, you know, chai, really good chai, and food, very really delicious, unique food that I haven't experienced before. So they treat strangers like family, and that is, you know, truly.
Thank you very much, Mr.Nathan from USA, for joining this program. How was your experience on bike coming to Hunza?
I rode my bike from Islamabad, and honestly the traffic in Islamabad and Abbottabad is pretty crazy, but everything north of Balakot, besides Chilas, was really nice. The ride was really, really awesome. I love riding the Karakoram Highway. It's incredible.
How was your experience in Hunza?
In Hunza, so far it's been amazing. I love this part of Pakistan more than anywhere else I've been in this country. The people are great, the food is great, and I do love the natural beauty, which in my opinion is the best in the world in Hunza. Besides the people and the hospitality, which is, what's the word? Unmatched anywhere else in the world. The natural beauty is really majestic, and the Pasu cones especially. I've never seen anything like that.
What do you think about the local community of Hunza and their culture?
It is, what's the word? It's very community based. The people live life together. They help each other. Everyone knows each other. And they help each other out, and even to strangers, to foreigners like me, they'll give, you know, chai, really good chai, and food, very really delicious, unique food that I haven't experienced before. So they treat strangers like family, and that is, you know, truly.
Which places would you recommend to other tourists, especially coming from outside Pakistan?
From outside Pakistan?
Yeah.
Well, the answer to that depends on how, I guess, how hardcore you want to be. But it's at least you must explore, when you come here, you must explore Pasu, Rakaposhi Base Camp, the Pasu Glacier, the White Glacier, Pasu Cones, and maybe Kunjarab. The drive to Kunjarab is really something special. But if you want to go beyond that, there's lots of great hikes and off-roading. If you take a motorbike or a Jeep, there are countless opportunities to do that. So it depends, I guess, if you want to do something more. So one place that's especially great to me is Misgar Valley.
Yeah.
About a few days ago, like four or 5 days ago, I went to Misgar Valley. I took a motorbike trip there just by myself, and it was one of the highlights of the trip so far. And the natural beauty of Misgar Valley is really unique. It's kind of like a desert, and on it's near the Hindu Kush mountain range, I think, or the Karakoram. But that was very, very stunning to me. And another highlight would be the place that I'm staying at now. Would be Rahman's Backpackers Hostel in Gulmit Village. It's also a homestay, and the host Rahman is an incredibly gracious host, very hospitable, treats you like family, and this is, in my opinion, the best place to stay in Hunza. Not only because of the hospitality and the host, the location is also the best. It's away from Karimabad, which is a little noisy. It's quiet here, but it's also very close to everything you want to go to. I read about Rahman Backpackers originally through a travel blog called The Broke Backpacker. It's run by a guy named Will Hatton, who lives in Bali. And yeah, he wrote about this place in his blog, and after that I came to Gilgit, and I stayed at a place called Five Giants Homestay in the Danyor neighborhood of Gilgit, and they also recommended me to come here. So after I stayed a few years ago in Karimabad for my first time in Pakistan, I stayed in Karimabad a few days, and then I came here, and I regret not spending more time here last time, 2 years ago. But that's how I found out. Yeah. Absolutely, 100,000%. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much. Your last message to the national and the international tourists.
I think the important thing to remember about Pakistan is, it's got a reputation for being a haven for terrorism, for insecurity and danger, and that's not true. Hunza I've never felt safer. This place is incredibly safe. The people are so kind, welcoming. You'll get hospitality like I said before, nowhere else in the world. So all the BS in the media about Pakistan being a dangerous, inhospitable place is a complete lie. And you should absolutely come to Pakistan, and don't be afraid.
Amal, thank you so much for your time. Amal, how was your journey to this remote area of Gujal Hunza?
So my journey, well, it's a long journey from Islamabad. And it was a really smooth journey. So I came here on a bus. It was a dog-friendly trip. So it was a dog-friendly trip that we came on with my dog, and we came here directly. We stopped by some really nice places for food, and then we got here. So I've been here 4 months. 4 months now.
Why Hunza, not other places?
Because have you seen Hunza? It's beautiful. We're surrounded by the mighty peaks. There's water everywhere that you go. The hospitality over here, the people, they'll barely have enough food for their own families, and they'll invite you into their homes to, come share a meal with them. So that's why Hunza.
So you are in Hunza from the last 4 months. How was your experience in Hunza?
Experience so far has been really good. Karimabad is a little loud. There's a lot of traffic, a lot of tourists that are coming in, and a lot of trash that you find on the roads. When you come to Gulkin, places like Gulkin, it's absolutely beautiful. The people are still, they've got the simplicity. They're not money thirsty. So Gulkin is a very nice place to be. The culture is amazing, very nice. That's what I was talking about, the hospitality over here. People barely have enough food for their families, and they're inviting you, and they treat you like your family as well. And especially at Rahman Backpackers, it literally feels like, a family away from home. That's what it feels like. That's a tough one. I would have to say Pasu Glacier. Just when you go for the hike, you see Atabad Lake on one side, and then you see Pasu Glacier and how huge it is. That's my favorite place. So my friend and I and my dog, we were coming from Borit Lake. We hitchhiked, and while on the way, we stopped here for food, and then we were going to go back to Karimabad, and waiting for someone to, pick us up and take us back to Karimabad. Rahman was nice enough to pick us up, and he's like, Abid, you're not going to find a car to go back to Karimabad, so you should stay here at this hostel. So he was nice enough to have my dog, my friend, and I stay here. To other tourists, I would say keep Hunza clean. Yes, keep Hunza clean. Don't put your trash on the roads. Treat it as our homes, all of us.